Hello, everyone, and welcome to English Pod. My name is Marco.
My name is Catherine, and today we have a very romantic dialogue for you.
That's right. Today we are at a shop and we are buying jewelry. So, of course, there are many different types of jewelry and stones. So we're going to take a look at all that great stuff. Let's jump into our dialogue and see what's going on.
Good afternoon, sir. Is there anything I can help you with today?
Yeah. I'm looking for a nice gift to give my girlfriend. Our 5th anniversary is next Friday.
Well, I would be happy to assist you in choosing the perfect gift for her. Is there anything in particular that you have in mind?
No, not really. I'm completely at a loss.
Well, you can give her a set of pearl earrings, or this beautiful heart-shaped pendant. What is her favorite gemstone?
That purple one. I'm sorry, I've never bought jewelry for anyone, and I'm kind of nervous.
Don't worry, we specialize in providing our customers a relaxed, pressure-free shopping environment. That stone is an amethyst. We have a range of beautiful amethyst pieces. Take a look at this bracelet. It's 18-karat rose gold, studded with amethyst and blue topaz. It's a great statement piece.
Oh, wow. That's really pretty. Jess would love that. But I was thinking of something a little more delicate, perhaps a necklace?
We have this beautiful platinum pendant, or you could also get her a locket. You could also get her a timepiece. It's both glamorous and functional. If you tell me a little more about your girlfriend, maybe I can help you find something for her.
Jess? Well, she's very smart. She has a great sense of humor. She's very feminine.
Perhaps you could give her a ring.
Well, actually, I was thinking about asking Jess to marry me. I've just been so nervous.
Well, sir, I believe your 5th anniversary is a great time to propose.
Okay, I've decided. I'm going to pop the question.
Fabulous. We should look at engagement rings then. Now, that's a whole other section.
All right, we're back. So now let's take a look at language takeaway.
Language takeaway. In language takeaway, we have a lot of jewelry words and terms for you. So let's take a look at some of these. The first one I want to talk about, Marco, is pearl earrings.
That's right. The sales assistant offered a set of pearl earrings. So we have earrings that you wear on your ears, right? Usually girls.
Yes.
But what about pearl?
Pearls are a kind of decoration that comes from inside an animal. The clam is a sea animal that opens up, and inside there might be a little pearl. It's usually a white or pink, very, very pretty object, and we sometimes put them in earrings or on a necklace.
That's right. So a set of pearl earrings are earrings that have this little rock or this little marble-looking thing on it. And, he also offered a beautiful heart-shaped pendant.
Okay, a pendant is a kind of necklace, and basically a pendant is something that hangs down. So in this case, it's a necklace that might have something on the bottom that hangs down like in the shape of a heart.
So that's what heart-shaped means. It means that it has the shape of a heart. Like, for example, you can have a heart-shaped cake.
You can also have a heart-shaped face.
Okay, very good. So, and of course the pendant is a little thing that hangs from the necklace. Now, maybe some pendants can also have a gemstone, and that's our next word.
So a gemstone is not just a normal stone. It's a beautiful, normally expensive stone. And we often have gemstones that relate to a person's birthday.
Right.
So these come in many different colors and types. The two that we heard about in today's dialogue are purple and blue.
That's right. The purple stone that you're talking about is the one that the shop assistant suggested, which is amethyst.
Amethyst is a purple stone. It's really, really pretty, and it's sometimes light, sometimes a little bit darker. Depends on the one that you're looking at. But amethyst is a little bit difficult to say, but it's a kind of gemstone. The other one we heard about is called topaz.
Okay, a topaz, and this one is blue. So I guess they all look very much like diamonds, but they are different colors. So topaz looks like a blue diamond, kind of.
Right, and ruby is red.
And ruby is red. Very good. I think there's a black one that's called onyx.
Onyx is black. That's right.
Okay, so many different types of gemstones, and as Catherine said, usually each month has a specific gemstone, so that's considered your gemstone if you were born on that month.
Exactly.
All right. Now, moving on to our next word, we have another type of jewelry that usually hangs from a necklace, just like a pendant, but on this occasion, it's a locket.
Okay, a locket is something that usually women will wear around their necks. Now, this is like a pendant, but it opens. So it's something that can open up, and sometimes people have photographs inside. Many times they're shaped like a heart or a book, and inside you can see a picture or a note, something very personal.
Okay, very good. So it's very similar to a pendant, but as you said, it opens up. You see it all the time in movies. People have pendants, and inside they have a nice picture of someone.
That's right. So that's a locket.
All right, very good. I think we've taken a look at a lot of vocab related to jewelry here. Why don't we go back, let's review this dialogue, and we'll be back in a bit.
Good afternoon, sir. Is there anything I can help you with today?
Yeah. I'm looking for a nice gift to give my girlfriend. Our 5th anniversary is next Friday.
Well, I would be happy to assist you in choosing the perfect gift for her. Is there anything in particular that you have in mind?
No, not really. I'm completely at a loss.
Well, you can give her a set of pearl earrings, or this beautiful heart-shaped pendant. What is her favorite gemstone?
That purple one. I'm sorry, I've never bought jewelry for anyone, and I'm kind of nervous.
Don't worry, we specialize in providing our customers a relaxed, pressure-free shopping environment. That stone is an amethyst. We have a range of beautiful amethyst pieces. Take a look at this bracelet. It's 18-karat rose gold studded with amethyst and blue topaz. It's a great statement piece.
Oh, wow. That's really pretty. Jess would love that. But I was thinking of something a little more delicate, perhaps a necklace?
We have this beautiful platinum pendant, or you could also get her a locket. You could also get her a timepiece. It's both glamorous and functional. If you tell me a little more about your girlfriend, maybe I can help you find something for her.
Jess? Well, she's very smart. She has a great sense of humor. She's very feminine.
Perhaps you could give her a ring.
Well, actually, I was thinking about asking Jess to marry me. I've just been so nervous.
Well, sir, I believe your 5th anniversary is a great time to propose.
Okay, I've decided. I'm going to pop the question.
Fabulous. We should look at engagement rings then. Now, that's a whole other section.
All right, we're back. So now let's take a look at Fluency Builder.
Fluency Builder.
So the first phrase in Fluency Builder today comes from the beginning of our dialogue, where Mark says to the shop assistant, "Listen, I'm completely at a loss."
Okay, so what does he mean when he told the shopkeeper, "I'm completely at a loss"?
At a loss means I have no idea. I'm really confused.
Okay.
All right, I need help.
So if a teacher asks you a question and you don't know the answer, you can say, "I'm sorry, I'm at a loss."
I'm at a loss. Or when I see someone and they say, "Hi, how you doing?" They say, "Oh, I'm so embarrassed. I'm really at a loss. I don't remember your name."
Okay, very good. So I'm at a loss. Now, when Mark was describing his girlfriend, Jess, he said, well, she's very smart and has a great sense of humor.
Okay, so sense of humor is a characteristic that we give to people. So he has no sense of humor, or she has a great sense of humor. And this means that this person likes to tell jokes and is funny and enjoys a good time, really.
So it means that this person is not really that serious or always like angry or unhappy.
No, not an overly serious person. It generally means that the person is good at telling jokes and makes you laugh.
Okay. So Jess has a good sense of humor. And because of all these things, and they've been together for 5 years, Mark says, okay, I've decided. I'm going to pop the question.
Okay, this might sound very strange because you think, well, pop the question. What is the question? Well, in English, the phrase pop the question has a very special meaning. It means to ask someone to marry you.
So if I say I'm going to pop the question, that means I'm going to ask someone to marry me.
That's right. Or you could say, he popped the question last night. We're engaged.
Okay, so that means...
He asked me to marry him.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right. So it's a phrase, to pop the question. So whenever you use it together, you're talking about asking someone to marry you.
Exactly.
All right, great stuff. Why don't we go back and listen to this dialogue one last time?
Good afternoon, sir. Is there anything I can help you with today?
Yeah. I'm looking for a nice gift to give my girlfriend. Our 5th anniversary is next Friday.
Well, I would be happy to assist you in choosing the perfect gift for her. Is there anything in particular that you have in mind?
No, not really. I'm completely at a loss.
Well, you can give her a set of pearl earrings, or this beautiful heart-shaped pendant. What is her favorite gemstone?
That purple one. I'm sorry, I've never bought jewelry for anyone, and I'm kind of nervous.
Don't worry, we specialize in providing our customers a relaxed, pressure-free shopping environment. That stone is an amethyst. We have a range of beautiful amethyst pieces. Take a look at this bracelet. It's 18-karat rose gold studded with amethyst and blue topaz. It's a great statement piece.
Oh, wow. That's really pretty. Jess would love that. But I was thinking of something a little more delicate, perhaps a necklace?
We have this beautiful platinum pendant, or you could also get her a locket. You could also get her a timepiece. It's both glamorous and functional. If you tell me a little more about your girlfriend, maybe I can help you find something for her.
Jess? Well, she's very smart. She has a great sense of humor. She's very feminine.
Perhaps you could give her a ring.
Well, actually, I was thinking about asking Jess to marry me. I've just been so nervous.
Well, sir, I believe your 5th anniversary is a great time to propose.
Okay, I've decided. I'm going to pop the question.
Fabulous. We should look at engagement rings then. Now, that's a whole other section.
So talking about jewelry and all of these gemstones, we also took a look at different metal types. We talked about gold, which is, I think, one of the most popular types of metals.
That's right. It's kind of like a yellow color.
Now, when we talk about gold, we talk about 14 karat, 18 karat, 24 karat, stuff like this.
Yeah, so the carat, usually it's abbreviated like a K, 18K, 14K. It means how pure the gold is.
Okay, so, and actually they also use it in diamonds. They talk about a diamond that's 1 carat or 2 carats.
Right, so in diamonds it has a different meaning. It actually means how much the diamond weighs. So some engagement rings are half a carat or a carat, and the really, really, really big ones are like 2 carats, and those are very expensive.
That's right. And we also saw another metal here, platinum, which is a very nice metal. It looks like silver, but it's stronger.
It's much stronger, so you can hit something and it won't leave an impression. It won't change the look of the metal. And this is very popular right now for wedding bands. You know those rings that men and women get after they're married? Many people like to get this silvery looking platinum ring.
I've actually seen different types of metals that weren't mentioned in the dialogue, like titanium rings.
Titanium is also a very strong metal.
Or I can't remember this metal, but it's used on spacecraft, and it's very, very strong, stronger than titanium.
I don't know what it is.
And yeah, they also make rings out of it. But another interesting thing is some people make their own rings, their wedding bands or their wedding rings.
I've seen that. It's a very nice thing to do, I think, because it's meaningful. People like to do it together, and then they have these rings that are very special for them.
So a person that makes jewelry or makes rings, it's called a jeweler, right?
A jeweler. That's right. So I have a friend who is a jeweler. He makes beautiful rings and earrings.
Okay. So not only rings, a person that makes jewelry in general can be called a jeweler.
Exactly.
All right, a very interesting topic, especially for the girls who always love to have rings and diamonds and necklaces.
Or the boys. I know some boys really like to get earrings or to have jewelry like
I've
a
never
ring.
really seen too many guys wearing necklaces, though.
A lot of guys wear cross necklaces, I've seen.
Or rings, not too many rings. I don't think it's a
Wedding
big
rings?
thing. But wedding rings,
A
yeah.
lot of American guys wear rings.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I think. Well, not a lot, but some do.
All right, you just heard that moment in the clip where the guy was totally at a loss in the jewelry store. And now picture this. You're standing outside the same store, receipt in your pocket, hands sweaty, and you still haven't bought the ring.
Yeah, and your brain is like, I'm ready, but your body is like, nope, I'm panicking. That's today's vibe. Jewelry, proposing, and that nervous, excited energy.
Exactly. And we're not doing the perfect movie version. We're doing the real version, where you're trying to be romantic, but you're also worried about money, size, and timing.
And you're trying to act normal while your heart is doing weird things. Like, I'm calm, I'm not calm.
Let's start with a super real question. If you're buying jewelry for someone you love, what's the scariest part?
Honestly, picking the wrong thing and seeing their face. Not an angry face, just that polite, fake smile face.
Ooh, that face hurts. And that's why so many people say, I'm at a loss. It's not just I don't know. It's I don't know and I feel pressure.
Yeah, I'm at a loss feels emotional. Like you're stuck. You want to choose, but you can't.
I'm completely at a loss.
I'm completely at a loss. And a softer version is, I'm not sure where to start.
Perfect. And a more direct version is, I need help choosing.
Those are good because they invite the staff to guide you without you sounding helpless.
Now, let's talk about pressure-free, because a good jewelry shop will try to make you feel relaxed, not rushed.
Right, because when you feel rushed, you make dumb choices. You buy the biggest thing to end the stress.
And sometimes big isn't right. Some people love a delicate necklace, not a huge statement piece.
Statement piece, great phrase. It's something bold that people notice right away.
Exactly. And delicate means smaller, more subtle, kind of gentle looking.
So, if someone's style is simple, a delicate pendant might beat a huge bracelet.
Okay, let's paint a picture. You're shopping for your girlfriend. She has a great sense of humor, she's smart, and she's feminine, like in the clip.
And you're thinking, she deserves something special, but you also don't want it to feel random.
So, first question, what does she wear every day? Gold? Silver? Nothing?
That's the thing. Some people barely wear jewelry, and then you're like, should I even buy this?
If she doesn't wear jewelry, that's not a no. It just means you choose something wearable and simple, or something meaningful, like a locket.
A locket is such a sweet idea because it opens and holds something personal, like a tiny photo or note.
And it's romantic without being too flashy. Now, gemstones. People get confused because there are so many.
And the names sound fancy, like amethyst, topaz, onyx. You feel like you're in a museum.
But you can keep it simple. If she likes purple, amethyst is a safe, beautiful option.
And if she likes blue, topaz is a solid choice. And if she likes classic, diamonds or pearls work.
Pearl earrings are also kind of timeless. They don't scream for attention, they just look classy.
But there's a small fear. Pearls can feel older to some people. Like, is this my grandma's style?
True. So you match it to her vibe. If she's playful and modern, maybe pearls with a modern design. Or maybe not pearls at all.
Okay, real scenario. You're in the store, you see a heart-shaped pendant, and it's cute, but you're not sure if it's too obvious.
Let's do a mini role play. I'll be you, and you'll be the sales assistant. But no fake fancy voice. Just normal.
All right, so what kind of gift are you looking for?
I want something romantic, but not cheesy. We've been together 5 years, and I want it to feel like us.
Okay, tell me about her style. Does she like delicate pieces or bold pieces?
She's pretty simple. She wears small earrings sometimes, and she likes purple.
Got it. Amethyst could be perfect. We can look at a delicate pendant or a small ring with an amethyst stone.
And then I'd say,
I'm kind of nervous. I've never done this before.
And the best response is, no pressure. We'll take it step by step. That's how you calm someone down.
Exactly. Step by step is such a comforting phrase. Now, let's talk about metal, because metal choice matters.
Gold, rose gold, platinum, and people also say white gold, which can confuse you.
Right. Yellow gold is the classic warm color. Rose gold is pinkish and romantic. White gold looks like silver.
And platinum also looks like silver, but it's stronger and usually more expensive.
Now the word carat shows up, and people panic.
Because you think it's diamonds, but for gold, it's about purity. Like 18 karat gold is purer than 14 karat.
Exactly. But for diamonds, carat is weight. Same word, different meaning, which is annoying.
14 karat gold, 18 karat gold,
1 carat diamond, 2 carat diamond.
14 karat gold, 18 karat gold, 1 carat diamond, 2 carat diamond.
Nice. Now let's talk about budget without making it awkward, because money is part of this story.
Yeah, a lot of people feel embarrassed to say a number, like it's rude.
But it's actually smart. A soft way is, I'm trying to stay within a budget. A direct way is, my budget is around 500.
And you can also say, I don't want to overspend. That's honest and normal.
If a salesperson pushes you, you can set a boundary. I'm going to think about it and come back.
Or even more direct, I'm not buying today. Not rude, just clear.
Okay, now the big emotional topic, proposing. Pop the question. It sounds playful, but it's a huge moment.
And the nervousness is real. You can love someone deeply and still feel terrified.
Because you're not just asking a question, you're asking for a future. That's heavy.
But also exciting. Like you can't stop smiling and you also can't stop overthinking.
Let's do a quick inside your head moment. What are the thoughts?
Is the ring the right one? What if she hates surprises? What if my voice shakes? What if I drop the ring?
Dropping the ring is such a real fear, and that's why people buy a ring box that actually closes well.
And you practice opening it like 5 times, like you're training for a mission.
Now, not everyone wants a big public proposal.
Yeah, some people want private, simple, and meaningful. Some people want family there. Some people want a photographer. It depends.
So the language you need is, I want to propose, but I want to do it in a way she'll love.
And the practical question, does she like surprises or does she hate them?
If you're not sure, you can ask indirectly, like, how do you feel about big surprises? That's a safe question.
Or you can ask her best friend, but that can backfire if the friend can't keep secrets.
True. And then suddenly everyone knows except her, and it becomes stressful.
Okay, can we talk about ring size? Because that's a nightmare.
It is, because you can't just say, what's your ring size, unless you want to ruin the surprise.
So you get creative. You borrow a ring she already wears and you trace it, or bring it to the store.
But you have to make sure it's the right finger, because a ring on her index finger isn't the same as her ring finger.
Exactly. And if she doesn't wear rings, you're guessing, and guessing is scary.
So you choose a store with a good resize policy. That sentence is useful. Can this be resized?
And another one, what's your return policy? It feels unromantic, but it's responsible.
Okay, mini roleplay number 2. You're asking about resizing, but you want to sound casual.
All right, if the size isn't perfect, can we adjust it later?
Perfect. And if you want to be direct, can you resize this ring?
Now, what about choosing the style? Like solitaire, halo, 3-stone? It's a whole world.
We don't need to teach every style, but we can teach the feeling words. Simple, classic, modern, vintage, bold, delicate.
And timeless. Timeless is a great word. It means it won't look outdated later.
Right. I want something timeless. That's a very natural sentence in a jewelry store.
Okay, let's talk about ethical stuff, because some people care about where stones come from.
Yes, and the language can be simple. Do you have lab-grown diamonds? Or do you know where this stone is sourced from?
And you don't have to sound political. You can just say, I want to make a responsible choice.
Now, there's also the romantic side, engraving.
Engraving is when you carve words into the ring, like initials or a date.
And it can be super sweet, but you want to keep it short because space is limited.
Also, you need to make sure the date is correct. Imagine engraving the wrong date. That's a nightmare.
That's a laugh later, cry now moment.
Okay, let's do a text exchange roleplay. You're the guy texting his friend, trying not to sound like he's losing it.
Go for it.
Dude, I'm going to propose. I'm excited, but I'm also freaking out.
And you're telling me this now? Deep breaths. What do you need?
I need help choosing a ring style. I'm at a loss.
Okay, start with her taste. Does she wear gold or silver? Simple or flashy? Any favorite color?
She likes purple. She wears small earrings, and she laughs at my dumb jokes, so she has a great sense of humor.
Then keep it simple and meaningful. Maybe a delicate pendant now, and the engagement ring when you're ready, or a ring with a small amethyst accent.
Okay, that sounds like a friend who actually helps.
Because people don't need hype. They need calm questions.
Now, let's talk about the phrase pop the question again, but in real-life sentences.
Yes, like, I think I'm going to pop the question on our anniversary. Or, he popped the question and she said yes.
I'm going to pop the question.
I'm going to pop the question. And a softer, less idiom version is, I'm going to ask her to marry me.
Some learners might prefer the direct version because it's clear.
Exactly. Now, another emotional detail, some people worry about being too much. Like, is this ring too big? Is this plan too dramatic?
Yeah, they're afraid of doing something that feels fake. They want it to feel like them.
So here's a phrase. I want it to feel natural. That's a great phrase for proposals.
And another, I don't want to force anything. That keeps it respectful.
Now, let's do mini roleplay number 3. You're practicing the proposal itself. Not the perfect speech, just simple words.
Okay. I love you. I want to build a life with you. Will you marry me?
That's strong, not dramatic, not cheesy. And if you want it softer, I can't imagine my life without you. Will you marry me?
But honestly, you could even say, will you marry me, with a shaky voice, and it's still beautiful.
Yes, because the emotion makes it real. Now, let's talk about timing. Anniversary proposals are common, but not required.
Sometimes it's better to choose a random day that feels special, like a quiet Sunday morning, making coffee.
Or a walk in your favorite park. No audience, no pressure.
And then you can give her a timepiece or a locket later as a gift, separate from the engagement ring.
Timepiece is such a fancy word for watch, but it sounds stylish.
And it's glamorous and functional, which is such a great combo.
Okay, now we should help learners with the store language, like I'm looking for, and I was thinking.
I'm looking for a gift. I'm looking for something delicate. I was thinking about a necklace.
Do you have something in rose gold?
Also, can I see something with amethyst? Or do you have any pieces with topaz?
Now, sometimes staff will say, this is a great statement piece, and you might want to respond politely if you don't like it.
It's beautiful, but it's not quite her style. That's not what I'm looking for.
Perfect. And not quite is such a gentle phrase. It saves feelings.
Because you don't want to insult the piece. You just want something else.
Now, let's talk about the moment you find something and you get that feeling like, oh, this is it.
That moment is real. You stop overthinking for a second, and your gut is like, yes.
Gut. Great word. Your gut feeling is your instinct.
And then your brain comes back and goes, but what about the price?
Exactly. And that's why it helps to plan. Like decide your budget before you walk in.
Because inside the store, everything feels more tempting.
Exactly. Now let's talk about how to describe jewelry when you don't know words. You can use simple shapes.
Round, oval, square, heart-shaped, teardrop.
And you can describe sparkle. It's shiny. It catches the light. It sparkles.
You can also say it feels heavy or it feels light, which helps describe quality sometimes.
Now, another phrase from the clip vibe is, I'm kind of nervous. That's such a normal sentence.
And you can also say, I'm a little nervous, I'm pretty nervous, I'm super nervous.
And when someone comforts you, they can say, "Don't worry," or "You've got this," or "Take your time."
Take your time is the best thing a salesperson can say in a high-pressure store.
Now, let's move to engagement rings specifically. People hear diamond and think it has to be a diamond.
But it doesn't. Some people choose sapphires, amethyst accents, or other stones.
Exactly. The key is what she likes and what fits your life. Some stones are more durable than others, but we'll keep it simple.
And you can say, I want something that can handle daily wear. That's a practical sentence.
Good. Daily wear means she can wear it every day without worrying too much.
Now, what about wedding bands? That came up at the end. That's the ring you wear after you're married.
And people often match the engagement ring with the wedding band, so they look good together.
So you might ask, does this ring have a matching band?
Yes, that's supernatural. Now let's talk about that great sense of humor phrase. It's useful beyond romance.
You can say, my boss has a great sense of humor. My friend has no sense of humor. I love people with a sense of humor.
And in relationships, it matters. Laughing together makes stress lighter.
Okay, real detail. Some people worry about proposing when their partner is having a bad week.
Yes, like if she's exhausted or stressed at work, a proposal might feel overwhelming.
So you can say, I want to choose the right moment. That's respectful.
And if you're unsure, you can delay. Delay is okay. You're not failing. You're being thoughtful.
Now, let's imagine you bought something, but you're still second-guessing. That's common too.
So you might say, I'm having doubts, or I'm second-guessing myself.
Second-guessing means you keep questioning your choice after you already made it.
And a friend might respond, trust your gut, or let's go back and compare options.
Comparing helps. Sometimes seeing 3 rings side by side makes the choice clearer. Okay, now we need another sticky moment, a surprise hook in the middle. Here's one. You hide the ring in your apartment, and then she cleans the house.
Oh no, she's suddenly organized. That's terrifying.
She finds the box, and you're in the other room like, please don't open that drawer.
So what do?
You act casual and say, hey, can you not go in that drawer? It's a mess. Weak excuse.
Better excuse. I'm putting something together for you. Please don't look. That's honest-ish.
And if she's curious, you can say, just trust me. It'll be worth it. That's cute.
Now, we also want some language about compliments, because jewelry is often tied to compliments.
Like, that looks great on you. It suits you. It matches your eyes. Those are sweet.
And if someone gives you jewelry, you can say, you didn't have to, which means it's generous.
Also, this is so thoughtful. Thoughtful is a key word in gifts.
Okay, let's go back to the store for one more practical scene. You're torn between a bracelet and a necklace.
And you want to explain her style. She prefers something delicate. She doesn't like chunky jewelry.
Chunky means big and thick. Good word.
And you can say she likes dainty pieces. Dainty is like delicate, a bit cute.
Nice. Now, what about glamorous? Glamorous means it looks fancy and stylish.
You can say she's glamorous, or that watch looks glamorous.
Now, a fun detail. Some people buy a temporary ring, propose, and then choose the final ring together.
That can be amazing for someone who's picky or someone who wants a say.
I wanted to surprise you, but I also want you to love it, so I want to pick it together.
That's thoughtful. And it avoids the fake smile problem we talked about.
Now, let's end with a calm reminder. You don't need perfect words. You need honest words.
And you don't need the biggest diamond. You need a choice that fits your life and your love.
And if you're still at a loss, you can ask simple questions. Take your time and trust your gut.
And then, when you're ready, you pop the question. Your way.
The English Pod Audio Review. Listen to the meaning, then say the vocabulary word.
The date on which a romance began. Anniversary. To be thinking of something. Have in mind. Something in the shape of a heart. Heart-shaped. A piece of jewelry that hangs on a chain. Pendant. A stone that can be used in jewelry. Gemstone. A clear purple or bluish purple stone. Amethyst. A piece of jewelry worn on the wrist. Bracelet. Contains 75% gold. 18K. A blue precious stone. Blue topaz. A heavy silver-colored metal. Platinum. A small ornamental case. Locket. Ask a big question. Proposal. Pop the question.
Let's try that faster.
The date on which a romance began. Anniversary. A small ornamental case. Locket. A heavy silver-colored metal. Platinum. To be thinking of something. Have in mind. Something in the shape of a heart. Heart-shaped. A blue precious stone. Blue topaz. A piece of jewelry worn on the wrist. Bracelet. A clear purple or bluish purple stone. Amethyst. A piece of jewelry that hangs on a chain. Pendant. A stone that can be used in jewelry. Gemstone. Ask a big question. Proposal. Pop the question. Contains 75% gold. 18K.
Now say the word and hear it in a sentence.
There's a particular dish I'm always craving. I like all of the dresses, but there isn't a particular one I'm in love with. He has a particular way of doing things, and doesn't like it when you do something different. Have in mind. I have this Thai restaurant in mind, and I really want to try it. Have in mind. If you're going to get a dress made, it's better to have a style in mind. Have in mind. Do you have any suggestions for what we can do this afternoon? I don't have anything in mind. This place is so beautiful. I'm at a loss for what to say. Her boyfriend gave her a great birthday surprise, and she was at a loss at how to express her gratitude. They're so annoying. I'm at a loss at how to describe it. Sephora offers a wide range of perfumes, so that you can find one that suits you. The mall offers a range of formal dresses and suits. Shanghai has a lot of restaurants in a wide price range. Pop the question. You've been dating for 3 years. Are you thinking of popping the question? Pop the question. James finally popped the question. Our wedding is next summer. Pop the question. He's very nervous because he's thinking of popping the question tonight.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to English Pod. My name is Marco.
My name is Catherine, and today we're talking about something that I haven't actually seen in a long time, but is very common in the States. especially in suburban areas.
That's right. We're going to get a subscription, as the title of the lesson says. So we're going to subscribe to magazines, newspapers, stuff like that.
Right, so there's a guy coming around to everyone's houses, and he's offering different magazine subscriptions. So let's take a listen to today's dialogue, and we'll be back in a moment to talk about what's going on.
Good afternoon, ma'am. My name is Mike, and I'm selling subscriptions to all sorts of periodicals.
No, thank you. I'm not interested.
Please, ma'am, if you could spare 5 minutes of your time, I'm sure we could find something that could interest you.
I wish I could, but I have to walk the dog and finish cooking, so if you'd excuse me.
We have a great variety of magazines all about cooking. This one, for example, is a bi-monthly publication with recipes from all over the world.
Wow, well, that would be kind of useful. Do you have any other cooking magazines?
Sure do. This one is a quarterly publication, but each issue has over 200 color pages of recipes and also many home decorating ideas.
Wow, this is nice. Okay, sign me up for both publications.
You mentioned you have a dog. Most pet owners sign up for this weekly newsletter that has information on dog care, pet shops, and even pet sitters.
That's exactly what I needed. What else do you have?
Well, I also have...
All right, we're back. So as you saw, Mike is... well, not very excited to be selling subscriptions, but he has magazines about almost everything, I think.
That's right. And he's actually a pretty good salesperson because it sounds like this customer is going to buy quite a few magazines.
Exactly. And so he used a lot of interesting vocabulary related to magazines and subscriptions. So let's take a look at those now in Language Takeaway.
Language Takeaway.
Okay, so this first word is one that we've already said a couple of times in today's lesson. This is the topic of the lesson. The word is subscription.
Okay, so if you get a subscription, that means that you are paying money to receive something every month, every week, etc.
That's right. So the time is fixed. Like you said, it could be weekly. The time could change, but basically you have a promise that after you pay this money, you'll receive something periodically.
Right.
And so there are many things that you could have a subscription for, not just magazines. Newspapers come in subscriptions.
That's right. Or maybe you pay for satellite TV. That's a subscription. So you pay every month and you receive channels, like lots of channels.
Exactly. Or hopefully EnglishPod you receive by subscription, or you pay the subscription fee.
Exactly. So with EnglishPod, you subscribe. That would be the verb. A subscription is the noun. You subscribe to a service like a newspaper, magazine, and you receive the magazine or the service every month, every week, every day, depending on what the subscription is like.
Okay, and so because subscriptions come at different time frames. So, for example, EnglishPod, we have lessons 3 times a week. Newspapers are oftentimes every day. They come in different periods of time. So we call these kinds of publications periodicals.
Okay, so for example, as you said, a newspaper, it comes every day. That's the period of time. So it's a periodical. The same as a magazine. Sometimes they are weekly. Sometimes they are monthly.
Is a book a periodical? Pop quiz.
No. Okay.
No, because you only get it once.
Right. So basically, a periodical has to be something, I guess, that is that comes out every so often, a new version, a new edition, right?
It's continually updating.
Okay. So that is periodicals and subscriptions. Now, moving on to when he was trying to sell the magazines, he said, we have a great variety of magazines all about cooking. So what is a variety?
Variety is a great word. It's a word I personally am a very big fan of. I like to have many choices to choose from. So variety means something that has many options. For example, at the grocery store, there's a great variety of food. There are apples and crackers and cakes and wine. So variety means there are many different kinds of something.
Okay, so many choices. So if you go to a bookstore, you can find a variety of books and magazines, for example. All right, now moving on to, again, when we're talking about the period of time, how often she's going to get this cooking magazine. The one that he's showing her is a bi-monthly publication. So what exactly does it mean if she receives a magazine bi-monthly?
Okay, so this is a bit confusing in English. Bi-monthly has 2 meanings, but what's important is the word by here, or the prefix by. That means two.
Okay.
Okay, so we could say bi-monthly, bi-weekly, biannually. These all mean two. So in this case, we're talking about something that I receive 2 times every month.
Okay. Or it can be that you get it once every 2 months.
Okay, so that might be confusing.
Right.
In the first case, let's just say that it's the month of October, and I have this great subscription to a magazine. So in October, I will receive it 2 times.
Exactly. So you get it twice. Or it could also mean that you receive the magazine in October, and then you don't receive another magazine until December. So it's a bi-monthly publication.
Every
2
other
months.
month.
Every 2 months.
Right, so this is very confusing for us. It's probably confusing for you, but if you see this word bi-monthly or bi-weekly, you should ask the person who's offering the subscription what kind they mean. Is it every month 2 times, or is it every other month?
All right, so exactly. Just remember the prefix bi means 2, and then if it's bi-monthly, biannual, bi-weekly, you have to more or less make sure that they specify what they mean, because it can mean both, and that's how ambiguous this word is.
It is, but the next word we have for you is not nearly as confusing. It's a very, very common word in both periodicals and sales, but also in marketing and business as well.
Right. We're talking about a quarterly publication, or something that comes out once every quarter.
Right. So if you think about a year has 12 months. A quarter of a year is 3 months. So the first quarter is January, February, March.
Exactly. So a quarterly publication means that you will get a magazine 4 times in 1 year.
Okay. We could also talk about quarterly sales. You know, this quarter our business did very well, but last quarter was not so good. So quarter means 3 months at a time.
Exactly. And for our last word on language takeaway today, we are talking about a weekly newsletter. So weekly is pretty straightforward. You receive it once every week.
That's right. So weekly publications are very common.
What is a newsletter?
A newsletter is important in periodicals because it's not a magazine, but it's not a letter either. It's basically a short update, a couple of pages maybe, or even 1 page, that's on a piece of paper that gives you information about a group or a club or a community. For example, we could say the English Pod newsletter comes out quarterly.
Exactly. Maybe in your offices you receive your company's newsletter. So usually they will, some companies will come out with a monthly or a quarterly newsletter, where if you have many offices or many branches all over the country or the world, then you will receive updates or news about what's going on in other places within your same company.
That's right. So these are very useful for communication across the company. You can tell some people in your New York office that in Los Angeles we have a new cafeteria or a new employee.
Exactly. So that is what a newsletter is basically for. I think it's time now for us to listen to the dialogue again, and we'll be back to talk to you with 4 key phrases on Fluency Builder right after this.
Good afternoon, ma'am. My name is Mike, and I'm selling subscriptions to all sorts of periodicals.
No, thank you. I'm not interested.
Please, ma'am, if you could spare 5 minutes of your time, I'm sure we could find something that could interest you.
I wish I could, but I have to walk the dog and finish cooking, so if you'd excuse me.
We have a great variety of magazines all about cooking. This one, for example, is a bi-monthly publication with recipes from all over the world.
Wow, well, that would be kind of useful. Do you have any other cooking magazines?
Sure do. This one is a quarterly publication, but each issue has over 200 color pages of recipes and also many home decorating ideas.
Wow, this is nice. Okay, sign me up for both publications.
You mentioned you have a dog. Most pet owners sign up for this weekly newsletter that has information on dog care, pet shops, and even pet sitters.
That's exactly what I needed. What else do you have?
Well, I also have...
All right, so now we have some sentences or ways that you can say things on Fluency Builder.
Fluency Builder.
Okay, this first phrase is very, very common among sales and salespeople because basically it's a way to be polite and to ask someone to listen to you for a little while. The salesperson says, if you could spare 5 minutes of your time.
Okay, so let's start with that part. If you could spare. So to spare something means, do you have something extra? Do you have enough of it?
Yeah, so I could say, can you spare $5? I forgot my wallet at home. So that means, do you have an extra $5 I could borrow?
Okay, very good. So if you're asking someone to spare 5 minutes of their time, you're asking them to give you 5 minutes of their time.
That's right. So if you could spare a second, or if you could spare 5 minutes of your time, I would like to talk to you.
Okay. So it's a very polite way to ask someone for their time. Now, for our next phrase, the woman is also very polite. She says, you know what? I have to walk the dog. I have to finish cooking. So if you would excuse me.
She's basically saying no in a very polite way. If you could excuse me.
Right.
I've got to go.
So this is kind of a very indirect but polite way of saying, I'm sorry, I can't stay, I gotta go, or I can't really talk to you right now.
That's right. Even if you're at a party, for example, and you're talking to somebody, but you don't really want to talk to them anymore, you could say, it was nice talking to you. If you could excuse me. Means
okay.
If I can leave now.
Okay. So you can say, if you could excuse me, or if you would excuse me. Both forms are pretty much the same. Okay. And what about when she actually is convinced about the magazine? She says, wow, this is nice. Okay, sign me up for both publications.
Okay, sign me up. This means I would like a subscription. Okay, that means I would like you to take my information and I will give you some money. But this is also a really nice phrase in English because it means I want to do this. I'm interested.
So if you would use this, let's in another context, for example, a group of friends are going to the movies.
I say, oh, sign me up. I want to go. I heard that movie was awesome.
Okay, very good. So sign me up is like include me. I want to go too, or I'm part of it, of whatever you're doing.
Exactly.
Okay, so that's all the phrases we have for you today. I think they're really good. They're not specific for this circumstance of getting a subscription. As we saw, we can use them in many other situations. So I think we should go back, listen to the dialogue for the last time, and we'll be back to talk a little bit more.
Good afternoon, ma'am. My name is Mike, and I'm selling subscriptions to all sorts of periodicals.
No, thank you. I'm not interested.
Please, ma'am, if you could spare 5 minutes of your time, I'm sure we could find something that could interest you.
I wish I could, but I have to walk the dog and finish cooking, so if you'd excuse me.
We have a great variety of magazines all about cooking. This one, for example, is a bi-monthly publication with recipes from all over the world.
Wow, well, that would be kind of useful. Do you have any other cooking magazines?
Sure do. This one is a quarterly publication, but each issue has over 200 color pages of recipes and also many home decorating ideas.
Wow, this is nice. Okay, sign me up for both publications.
You mentioned you have a dog. Most pet owners sign up for this weekly newsletter that has information on dog care, pet shops, and even pet sitters.
That's exactly what I needed. What else do you have?
Well, I also have...
All right, so subscriptions, periodicals, all this is very common, as you said, in the United States. People get them through the mail every month, right?
That's right, and I have to say, it's changing now. You know, we used to get subscriptions at home when I was a kid. We'd have magazine subscriptions and even a newspaper subscription. But these days, people are doing more and more on the internet. So you don't see the guy with the subscriptions coming from, going from door to door to sell you this. You do it yourself on the internet. So it's pretty common that way. Do you have any web subscriptions?
No. I haven't signed up for any periodicals on the web. I do receive the newspaper every day, and that's about it. It's kind of hard to receive magazines where we are, but I am a big fan of magazines like National Geographic or Popular Mechanics.
I had that when I was a kid. My grandmother would always give us a subscription to National Geographic for Christmas.
It's a very good magazine, and it's so colorful, full of pictures and really interesting articles, not only about animals, but about the world in general, so it's really cool.
That's right. And they always gave you a map that you could take out and open up, and it was the best part of the whole magazine.
Exactly. So actually, I really enjoy having subscriptions to periodicals, magazines, newspapers. Not a big fan of newsletters or things on the internet. I kind of like to hold a magazine or take it with me if I'm on a trip.
Yeah, I totally agree.
So, yeah, but I think many of our listeners may have a subscription to their local newspaper, local magazines, or maybe, as you said, internet subscriptions. I know some people sign up for the like Harvard Business Review that's available online, or even I think the New York Times has an online platform.
They do.
Luca, $900 just disappeared from our account because of your stupid magazine subscription.
Wait, what? 900? That has to be a mistake. I only signed up for one little cooking magazine this afternoon.
One little cooking magazine does not create a list of 37 different subscriptions, Luca. Look at this email. Weekly newsletters, bi-monthly travel guides, quarterly business journals, even a gardening periodical.
Okay, wow, that is a lot of reading material. Are you sure this isn't some weird spam thing?
It's not spam. The bank alert says perfect variety subscription bundle. Does that ring any bells?
Oh, no. The guy at the door. He kept talking about a great variety of periodicals. I thought he meant I could choose one or two, not buy the whole list.
Did he ask you to spare 5 minutes of your time?
Yeah, he literally said, if you could spare 5 minutes, I'm sure we can find something that could interest you. I was trying to be polite.
Polite is lending someone sugar, not handing a stranger our bank account. What did you sign exactly?
He gave me a tablet and said, just sign here to confirm your free trial. There was so much tiny text and he was staring at me, so I just tapped accept.
Oh, come on, Luca. That tiny text is where the devil lives. It says, customer agrees to a yearly subscription bundle to all partner magazines and newsletters. Auto renewal applies.
Yearly? So we didn't just buy a stack of magazines, we married them.
Pretty much. And we don't even want half of this stuff. Do you really need Tractors Monthly or Extreme Cat Lovers Weekly?
I don't need any of that. I just wanted the cooking magazine and maybe something for your English learning.
My English is not improved by a bill that makes my heart stop. We have to fix this before rent is due.
Okay, there has to be a customer service number. Scroll down.
I'm already there. It says, to cancel your subscription, please call our hotline during business hours. Business hours were over 2 hours ago.
So we're stuck with this until tomorrow.
Maybe not. Here, you may cancel within 24 hours to receive a full refund. We still have time.
Great. So first thing tomorrow morning, we call and say, please cancel basically everything.
Not basically. Exactly. We list every single subscription we don't want. I am not paying for a quarterly magazine on advanced motorcycle design.
Hey, maybe future Luca would be into motorcycles.
Future Luca can get his own subscription when we're millionaires. Right now, current Luca needs to learn to read the fine print.
Fair. But which ones do we actually want to keep? Some of these might be useful.
Let me see. There's a weekly newsletter about dog care, but we don't even have a dog.
Yet.
Don't start. Then there's a bi-monthly cooking periodical, a monthly travel magazine, and a quarterly business review.
The cooking one was my original target. The guy said it had recipes from all over the world and easy step-by-step pictures.
That actually sounds nice. We always say we want to cook at home more.
Exactly. And the travel magazine could be good for you. Lots of everyday English, pictures, short stories.
True. I do like having real paper in my hands instead of staring at a screen all day.
See? This disaster might secretly be a language gift from the universe.
Maybe. But okay. We keep 2 subscriptions max.
I vote cooking magazine and travel magazine. We cancel the rest.
Agreed. But I'm still mad you signed up without asking me.
I get it. I just didn't want to slam the door in his face.
You can be kind and careful at the same time. Next time someone shows up with a tablet and a too bright smile, you call me.
Deal. From now on, you're our official subscription manager.
That title comes with full veto power. If I see the word bundle, it's an automatic no.
Totally fair. But hey, since we're accidentally subscribed for at least 1 month, maybe we should actually use it.
What do you mean, use it?
When the first issues arrive, we make a ritual. Saturday morning, no phones, just us, coffee, and magazines. We read, you circle new English phrases, I try a recipe.
That actually sounds kind of perfect. Like a small weekly retreat at our own kitchen table.
Exactly. And if we hate it, we cancel everything and never speak of this again.
We are definitely still speaking of this when I tell our friends how you accidentally bought 37 periodicals in 5 minutes.
Can we not make this my legacy?
Too late. But maybe your legacy is also that you turned a stupid mistake into a cozy habit.
I can live with that. Tomorrow, I'll call the hotline, cancel the crazy bundle, and ask them to keep just those 2 subscriptions.
And ask for written confirmation. I don't trust anything they say on the phone.
Done. I'll get a weekly newsletter titled, We Promise We Canceled It.
I would subscribe to that one.
See, you're secretly a subscription fan.
I like choosing what I sign up for. I don't want surprise subscriptions.
Got it. No surprise bundles, no more tiny text contracts.
And if anyone at the door says, if you could spare 5 minutes, we say, sorry, we're fresh out of minutes.
Perfect line. Okay, I'm really sorry, Liana. I know this stressed you out.
It did, but seeing you trying so hard to fix it calms me down. We'll be okay. It's just money and paper.
And maybe a funny story we'll tell later.
Fine. Remember that time I bought a mountain of subscriptions because I didn't want to be rude?
Exactly. Now close the laptop. Less screen, more real life.
I'm on a quiet street where the mailboxes stand like little helmets and the late sun paints the sidewalks gold. And as I pass the small blue house with the geraniums and the cheerful doormat that says, "Come on in, but ring first," I hear a polite knock, then a gentle voice on the porch. "Good afternoon, ma'am. If you could spare 5 minutes of your time." And I can see the scene in my mind like a short film. The door opens, the warm smell of onions and garlic rushes out, and a brown dog wiggles once like a soft wave, and then sits, because he's a good boy. And the woman at the door smiles with that tired kindness that says she's juggling, not drowning, and answers, "I wish I could. I have to walk the dog and finish cooking, so if you'd excuse..." Me and the man on the porch, shirt tucked, clipboard ready, keeps his voice calm and steady as he lifts a bright bundle from his bag and spreads it like cards on a table. A great variety of magazines all about cooking. 2 options up front. One, a bi-monthly publication with recipes from all over the world and smart tips for planning a week of dinners without losing your mind. The other, a quarterly publication with more than 200 color pages in each issue. Not only recipes, but also home decorating ideas that turn a small apartment corner into a small invitation. The dog gives a tiny huff like a laugh. The woman leans closer, and the 2 of them do that polite hand dance people do at the door. One offering, the other reaching. Both. Because human demonstrations are better than definitions. They share a quick smile at the tiny confusion, and then she straightens and says, "Okay, sign me up for 1 cooking magazine, but which one, I'll decide in a second." And before the door can close on the dog's desire for a walk, the man touches a different card and says, "You mentioned you have a dog. Most pet owners sign up for this weekly newsletter with real information on dog care, local pet shops, even pet sitter options when life pulls you away at the last second." The word pet sitter lands in the doorway like a chair at the right exact moment, because next week she's got a work trip and her sister's baby shower, and the calendar is a soup of names, and a newsletter that gathers the choices and offers them one page at a time feels like someone sweeping a kitchen floor after a long day. She glances at the leash, glances at the stove, glances at the smiling stranger who seems to know that time works like water, and in a warm, decisive voice she says, "Okay, sign me up for both publications, one for food, one for the dog world, and we'll take it from there." In that golden minute, the street shifts. The wind picks up a leaf and carries it 2 doors down. The dog sniffs the brochure like it has secrets, and the man writes her name with a neat hand, not rushing, just steady. And he asks for the usual information, and promises the first issue will arrive before the next moon changes its mind. And when he steps away with a small thank you and a hopeful nod, the woman ties the leash, stirs the pot, and heads down the sidewalk with her dog stepping proudly as if he negotiated this whole deal himself. On their walk, she thinks about variety, about the kind of choice that doesn't overwhelm you but makes you curious, and how a subscription is really a quiet promise you make to your future self. Something useful will arrive again and again on a schedule that doesn't ask you to chase it. A week later, the first issue slides into the mailbox, and the dog seems to recognize the paper as a friend. Inside the plastic wrap, the cooking magazine smells faintly like ink and Sunday morning, and there's a page where roasted tomatoes shine like small rubies, and a page where a tiny kitchen becomes a place you want to live in, not just use. That night, she tries one of the quick recipes, not following every instruction like a soldier, but moving with that soft courage you get when someone has already done the heavy lifting. And the table looks kinder, and the dog waits with heroic patience for the acceptable leftovers, and her partner walks in and says, "Wow, this is nice," then teases, "What else did you sign up for?" And she shows him the newsletter with the list of pet shops that carry the good treats and the simple trick for washing a muddy leash without flooding the bathroom, plus a section with local pet sitters who don't just show up, but write little notes about how the walk went and what the dog loved most. They circle 2 names, text polite messages, and by morning they've got backup for that hectic weekend. Suddenly, the words weekly newsletter feel like a friend who has good timing. Over the next months, the rhythm settles in. A new issue every time the calendar winks. A bright quarterly book that lands with a satisfying thump and lasts long enough to leave notes in the margins. A thinner piece of paper once a week that focuses on this neighborhood's pet world and what's changing, like a pop-up vaccination day behind the library or a new park rule for off-leash hours. Each piece arrives like a little door, and they step through when it makes sense. It's not perfect. The magazines stack up once in a while on the coffee table like colorful pancakes, and on one busy Friday, a delivery gets soaked in a sudden rain and dries with a charming wave in the corner. But the overall feeling is comfort. The way an issue isn't a problem, it's a chapter, a chance to see the next part. One evening, their neighbor, a retired teacher with a laugh that fills the stairwell, stops by to borrow a baking pan and sees the neat stack. And he tells them he used to have a newspaper subscription that made his mornings feel official. Door thud, coffee, headlines, life. And even though he reads a lot on his phone now, he still loves the way paper marks time. He flips open the Cooking Quarterly, lands on an article about turning a narrow balcony into a small garden, and leaves shaking his head with that satisfied smile people get when they see possibility wearing simple clothes. On a different afternoon, a small boy with a crooked tie knocks politely and tries to sell raffle tickets for his school. And when the woman opens the door, he clears his throat and says, "If you could spare a minute, ma'am, I'm raising money for our club." And she looks down at the tie and the earnest eyes and says, "Sign me up for 2." And when he leaves dancing down the steps, she realizes how those polite sentences at the door practice a kind of shared language: respect, time, a quick ask, a clean no or yes, a thank you that lands. The seasons turn. In winter, they try a slow stew inspired by an article about old family recipes. The dog curls up by the radiator with one paw on the edge of his bed like he's guarding the house with style. And the newsletter points them to a holiday pet sitter who is so good she becomes part of their calendar. In spring, a quarterly home decorating ideas feature suggests moving the couch 4 inches and adding a lamp where the wall meets the window. And somehow the whole room becomes softer, like a voice turned down to the perfect volume. Not everything is smooth. One night, the two of them argue gently over whether they need all of it, because life speeds up and the stack grows tall, and it's just paper, right? But when they pause and look closely, the answer is in the way the pages have threaded themselves into the week. The bi-monthly drops on a tired Tuesday and brings back the joy of a new dish. The weekly gives notice about a free clinic at the park and saves them money. The quarterly sits like a companion on Saturday morning and reminds them that decorating is not shopping, it's arranging love. They keep what serves the house and cancel one thing that doesn't, and the decision feels like cleaning a drawer, not shutting a door. Meanwhile, the man with the clipboard returns to the neighborhood, and he looks tired in a proud way, like someone who walks a lot for a living and still believes in strangers. He recognizes the dog before the humans, kneels for a quick hello, and gets invited in for 5 minutes that turn into 10 because that's how hospitality works when the conversation has a heartbeat. They talk about how the world is changing, how many people sign up online now with 3 taps and no eye contact, how others still like a real voice at the door, how a subscription is really a small decision that becomes a habit, that becomes a culture in a house. The man tells a story about a family who started with a single weekly newsletter and ended up with a reading ritual every evening, everyone with a different page, and nobody had planned it. It just grew because something new kept arriving, and the couch kept welcoming them. Not everything is smooth. One night, the two of them argue gently over whether they need all of it, because life speeds up and the stack grows tall and it's just paper, right? But when they pause and look closely, the answer is in the way the pages have threaded themselves into the week. The bi-monthly drops on a tired Tuesday and brings back the joy of a new dish. The weekly gives notice about a free clinic at the park and saves them money. The quarterly sits like a companion on Saturday morning and reminds them that decorating is not shopping, it's arranging love. They keep what serves the house and cancel one thing that doesn't. And the decision feels like cleaning a drawer, not shutting a door. Later, during a hot spell in July, the dog gets sick for a day with a mystery stomach, and the newsletter's directory helps them find a pet shop that's open late and a helpline that calms them down with simple steps. Crisis passes, sleep returns, and the dog lives to chase another squirrel that, honestly, was asking for it. They write a thank you note to the volunteer who answered the call, and it feels like a loop closing. In autumn, the woman tears out a page with a harvest soup and tapes it to the cabinet because the page is pretty, and she doesn't want to open her phone while cooking. And the dog sits like a statue with eyes that can smell the future. And when her partner comes home, he says, "I know that face. Sign me up for a bowl." And the phrase still makes them laugh because it turns decision into delight. That night, after dinner, they sit with the quarterly open on the coffee table, flipping to the before and after stories and pointing at people's brave paint choices. And they make one brave choice of their own, a deep color for the tiny hallway that suddenly feels like a movie set. Even the mailbox becomes part of the family story. A new issue on a rainy day means a towel on the table and a warm drink. A weekly on a sunny noon becomes a porch read while the dog patrols the yard like a polite sheriff. A thin envelope with the renewal reminder leads to a conversation about value that ends again with a yes, because the pages have proven their worth in action, not in concept. Through it all, the vocabulary of this little world keeps them company without showing off. Periodicals arrive in time like clocks with personalities. An issue is not just paper, but a moment waiting to happen. A quarterly is a season folded into a book. A weekly is a neighbor's knock in the same time slot. A bi-monthly is 2 clean breaths in 1 month, or a single long breath every other month, depending on how life wants to count. A newsletter is the short voice that says, "Here's what matters this week." A pet sitter is the stranger who becomes a friend because they took good care of your friend. A variety is the difference between one boring shelf and a wall of choices that make you smile. And I think about the first knock again. The polite line, if you could spare 5 minutes of your time, and how it wasn't only a sales phrase. It was a tiny lesson in asking kindly for what you need, and the soft response, "If you'd excuse me," that managed to say no and yes in the same breath, and how the whole conversation shifted when the words connected to real life. Dog care, cooking, home ideas, this week, next month. Because language is friendliest when it carries groceries and holds the leash. Months later, at the end of a day that began too early and refused to apologize, the two of them sit on the porch steps with the dog's head on one knee and talk about what they keep and what they let go. They decide on a clean stack rule. They move the lamp again. They pencil in a long walk for Saturday. And when the newsletter pings an alert for a small community event at the park, adoption day, local bands, picnic blankets, they go just to listen. A volunteer brushes the dog and says he has excellent manners, and the dog looks at them like he's been saying that for years. And somewhere in the noise, the clipboard man appears again, shaking hands, checking in, smiling at new faces. Nobody gives a speech, nobody announces a plan. But somehow, these subscriptions, quiet, repeated, light as paper, have become the way this house stays connected to the things it loves to do, to cook, to fix, to decorate, to care for a creature with 4 paws and a full heart, to live one issue at a time in a story that keeps renewing itself. And I think about the first knock again, the polite line, "If you could spare 5 minutes of your time," and how it wasn't only a sales phrase. It was a tiny lesson in asking kindly for what you need, and the soft response, "If you'd excuse me," that managed to say no and yes in the same breath, and how the whole conversation shifted when the words connected to real life. Dog care, cooking, home ideas, this week, next month, because language is friendliest when it carries groceries and holds the leash.